All right, hello again, everybody. We're here for our third game today. Just came from Legend Sports Universe All-Star Game, so that was good stuff, and it's great to see there's a good amount of people in there watching. So always excellent. So beginning back to regular season baseball on Legend Sports Universe, so do check that out. But check out the All-Star Game, a lot of fun. And Lefty Grove did well tonight. I was so glad to see that. Just try to pick tonight's game here. Let me see. So tonight we're going to do the 2002 Anaheim Angels versus the 1924 Washington Senators. So the 1920s teams have been doing pretty well. If you caught anything on the flip side, or will, the 1922 St. Louis Browns today firing on all cylinders. So let's get ready. It's the big train taking the mound against Jared Washburn. And there is my good friend Nathaniel Advocate 8 Nate joining us here. Hopefully soon, at some point, saving up for a good mic, and soon to be doing some all kinds of broadcasting. So not just baseball, but some other good things that he's talking about doing. So this is the only year the Washington Senators had won the World Series, 1924. This is near the end of Walter Johnson's career, but even so, in 1924. So Walter Johnson still manages to post a 23-7 record, 2.72 earned run average for the big train. So Jared Washburn, 18-6 for the 2002 Angels with a 3.15 earned run average. So the seeding places the game in Washington. So let's get to it. And thanks everybody for joining me for the doubleheader that we did today and the kind of long read of George Sisler. Um, it was kind of funny too because D. Scott Howard had sent me a link to a video where George Sisler and his son Dick Sisler were on a old 1961, I guess it was, I guess it was To Tell the Truth show, whatever it was, and I was commenting during the broadcast that George Sisler, one of the absolute all-time, no doubt about it, ever ball players, how little known he was, and it was just saw that even in the comments. I think there was like one other person that had talked about how great George Sisler was, but thank you guys for allowing me to do that. Plus, we did the very first letter in a whole series. The Jack Keefe stories, better known as You Know Me, Al. So, giving you guys a taste of that wonderful book. These were the baseball stories. It's in the Annotated Baseball Stories of Ring Lardner, 1914 to 1919. Strongly urge you to get the book. It's you can get it for as cheap as like $8.44 on eBay. Nice hardback book with some great period writing and just fun stuff. All right. Anyhow, let us go ahead and get going here. First, the lineup for the visiting 2002 Angels. Leading off at second base is Adam Kennedy. Batting second at shortstop, David Eckstein. Batting third at first base, Brad Fulmer. Garrett Anderson bats in the cleanup spot and will be patrolling left field. Tim Salmon batting fifth in right field. Batting sixth, third baseman Troy Glaus. Batting seventh in center field, Darren Erstad. Batting eighth and catching, Jose Molina. And pitching and batting ninth, Jared Washburn. For the hometown Washington Senators of 1924, leading off in right field, Sam Rice, Hall of Famer. Batting second in center field, Nemo Leibold. Batting third, Hall of Famer left fielder Goose Goslin. Batting in the cleanup spot at first base, Joe Judge. Batting fifth, hot corner man Ozzie Bloogie. Batting sixth and catching, Muddy Rule. Batting seventh at Keystone Sack will be Bucky Harris. Batting eighth, shortstop Roger Peckinpah. And the big train pitching and batting ninth. Again, we're right about the end of Walter Johnson's major league career, but pretty damned impressive numbers still for Walter Johnson. 23 wins, 7 losses, 2.72 earned run average for him. Johnson's performance in the 1924 World Series, gutsy. And so for all those years that Johnson absolutely dominated in baseball, not just the American League, but just dominated in the American and National League, and keeping, but even with some of the worst records, Walter Johnson carrying that team single-handedly, finally gets a World Series title in 1924. The Senators would lose to the Pirates in the 25 series, and by that time, Walter Johnson's not with them. But there we go. Chris Slovic joining us. He has 2 interviews tomorrow. That is great to hear, Chris. Man, we are all pulling for you, brother. So, and so Nate says, wonder if anybody's coming. We got a few people here. Again, this is late Sunday night, so I don't expect a big crowd. I get it. Lots of folks, they work Monday through Friday. I work Tuesday through Saturday. So there we go. So Chris has an interview in Cambodia and one in Vietnam. So either way, man, you're going to do well. JT Dutch joins us. Says good evening to yours truly and to chat. Says hope all's going well for us and happy Easter. Christos and say happy Easter for you, JT. Good to see you, man. So Chris, you're going to knock him out of the park. All right, we're on our way to Griffith Stadium, guys. And what do we got here? Clear sky, 62 degrees, and we have a wind blowing in from right at 8 miles per hour. So again, this is a series based on a article written and posted on Boston.com. The link to the article is in the description, so you guys might want to take this and sort of create your own tournament and your game of choice. Certainly, if you play cards and dice, and you happen to have all of the seasons you would need. There are 30, I think we put 32 teams in this one. Of course, Pocket Pennant Run would allow you to do this. Digital Diamond Baseball, if you wanted to play it with Status Pro or whatever. So lots of ways to do this. Of course, do it on your own and Out of the Park Baseball, Action PC. Lots of ways to do this tournament, and it's been a lot of fun so far. All right, let's get going. So again, Sunday night, Monday morning, actually now, I guess. Baseball fan Clinton Parks took your cats, all 3 of them. I heard that, and I think that is so cool. It's good to know that your kiddos going to have a good, safe home there with Clinton and his wife, Honey Bunny. All right, here we go. Starting defense for the Washington Senators of 1924 in left field, Goose Goslin, in center, Nemo Leibold, and in right, Sam Rice. Going around from first to third, we got Joe Judge, Bucky Harris, Roger Peckinpah, Ozzie Bluege, catching his Muddy Rule, and the big train ready to go on the mound. Adam Kennedy lead things off here for the 2002 Anaheim Angels. 7 home runs, 52 ribbies, a 312 average for him. Let's take a little fly around of Griffith Stadium here in the nation's capital, as Walter Johnson is ready to work. The count, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Adam Kennedy. The big train deals. Kennedy, swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Walter Johnson, surprising, coming with something slower than a fastball. So little drop the chain action. 1 up, 1 down now for David Eckstein. Eckstein hit 8 home runs, 63 ribbies, a 293 average for the Angels in 2002. Walter Johnson with the 0-2 pitch. Eckstein had no chance on that one. Curveball that time. So Walter Johnson mixing them up. So good morning and good afternoon so far from Walter Johnson. And here comes Brad Fulmer. Fulmer knocked 19 out of the park in 2002 with 59 runs batted in, a 289 average for him. Johnson behind in the count, 2-0. Fulmer swings. This is going to get down for a base hit into right field. And Fulmer is going to hold it first. So I know you guys have noticed I've been playing a lot of out-of-the-park baseball, and while I am going to be doing this tournament and other games, I noticed that kind of my sort of comfort zone with broadcasting is with the faster game, out-of-the-park baseball. I did some Action PC the other night, and it felt, and I love Action PC, but it kind of felt a little slow. So I got to work back to those games, but really out of the park is just where it just feels right for me, at least this year. So I do mix it up. So with other games, I'm going to try to not you know, kind of click with this tournament right away, but do some other things in the other games. God knows I have plenty of projects started. All right, Brad Fulmer on at first, and here's Garrett Anderson. 29 home runs, 123 ribbies, a 306 average. So good year for the Angels left fielder. Johnson has the sign from Muddy Rule. The 1-2 pitch. Garrett Anderson, strike three. So Walter Johnson picks up 3 strikeouts in the inning. The Angels, with 1 hit, they strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first. The Anaheim Angels, nothing. And the Washington Senators coming to bat. Starting defense for the 2002 Anaheim Angels in left field, Garrett Anderson. And center, Darren Erstad, and in right, Tim Salmon. From first to third, Brad Fulmer, Adam Kennedy, David Eckstein, Troy Glaus, and Jose Molina catching, and Jared Washburn on the bump. All right, Sam Rice will lead things off here for the 1924 Senators. 334 average, a home run, 76 runs batted in. These Washington Senators, not a heavy-hitting team. 0-1 pitch on the way to Sam Rice. And Rice swings and promptly dumps this one into center field. Little Texas leaguer there to start things off. Sam Rice has good speed, and that is one thing you're going to see in this with this Washington club. And again, 1920 is doing really well. Legends, awesome all-star game. So no spoilers, guys. Just go check it out. It's awesome. And he'll be back with regular season resumes again. So Legends not doing the 5 days off that they get in the majors for the All-Star game. So everybody right now all on their jets and flying back to their respective clubs. All right, Liebold 293 average with 20 runs batted in. Sam Rice on at first. Here's the pitch, and there goes Rice. Was off to the races. The only play is going to be to first. So Jared Washburn score that one 1-3. Sam Rice to second on the play. So a little button run action for Goose Goslin now. Heavy hitter on this team with 12 home runs, 129 runs batted in, a 344 average. Sam Rice in scoring position with 1 away, just underway here at Griffith Stadium. 1-2 pitch on the way. Goslin swings and sinking liner to center field, gloved by Darren Erstad. So 2 away. Sam Rice not going to run on the cannon possessed there by Darren Erstad. Gold Glove center fielder for the 2002 Angels. Here's Joe Judge. 3 homers, 79 runs batted in 24. 0-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
And Joe Judge looks at a called strike 3. This one just on the corner outside. So Washington does what the Anaheim Angels do. They get a hit and do nothing with it. We go to the top of the second, and we are scoreless here in Washington. Tim Salmon, Troy Glaus, Darren Erstad due up for the 2002 Anaheim Angels. Walter Johnson with 3 strikeouts thus far in just 1 inning of work. 2-2 pitch on the way to Salmon.
Strike 3.
And let's make that K number 4. So the big train right now running all wheels. And Walter Johnson is yet to throw a fastball. All right, so 1 down now. Here's Troy Glaus. 30 home runs, 111 runs batted in. A 250 average for the Angels third baseman. 2-2 pitch on the way from Johnson. Glaus strikes out. That's number 5. So Walter Johnson punching him out here like George Foreman did. And here's Darren Erstad. And if he keeps it going, he's going to be more like Rocky Marciano, to use a little bit of boxing analogy here. For the center fielder, Darren Erstad, 10 home runs, 73 ribbies, and a 283 average. Johnson in a groove here, but behind 1-0 to Erstad. And he swings, and this one, routine grounder to second. And Harris up with it, and he will go to first. And the Angels go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the second, and we are scoreless. All right, there, Nathan telling Legends, great broadcast, and indeed it was. All right, Ozzie Blugie, Muddy Rule, and Bucky Harris due up here. Blugie, 2 home runs, 49 ribbies, and a 281 average for the Washington third baseman. Again, the only time, 1924, the only World Series championship for the Senators. 3-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and hard hit grounder to third. Plenty of time for Troy Glaus to field that one, and that is 1 down. All right, here's the catcher, Muddy Rule, 283. batting average for him with 57 ribbies. So you'll notice the paucity of home runs hit by these Washington Senators, getting it done largely by playing a lot of small balls. So still very much a dead ball team, even though it's 1924 for them. 1-2 pitch on the way now to Muddy. And he swings. High fly ball to center field. But this is going to stay in the yard as Darren Erstad backpedals and picks it for out number 2. And here is Bucky Harris. So light hitting second baseman, 268 average, a home run, 58 runs batted in. 1-2 pitch on the way from Harris. Just kind of nubs this back to the mound. Washburn has a close play at first, and they do get Bucky Harris by a gnat's eyelash. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left. We go to the top of the third. Still no score here in Anaheim. Jose Molina, Jared Washburn, and back at the top of the order, and Adam Kennedy. Molina, just 70 at bats for the 2002 Angels, a 271 average, 5 runs batted in. Walter Johnson with 5 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. 0-2 pitch on the way to Molina, and Molina swing and a miss. And we're waiting for Walter Johnson to throw gas, but nothing yet. Strikeout number 6. And here's Jared Washburn. Probably not going to be very much of a match here for the big train. 0-2 pitch. Called it now. Strikeout number 7. So Johnson just absolutely no mercy. Back at the top of the order now for Adam Kennedy. There's been 1 hit for each of these teams so far. 1-0 pitch on the way to Kennedy. Kennedy swings. This one roller to second base. And that's going to have Bucky Harris's name on it. Score that one. 4-3. 1-2-3. Go the Angels. And we will proceed to the home half of the 3rd inning here at Griffith Stadium. And no score. Roger Peckinpah, Walter Johnson, and Sam Rice do up. Johnson was a pretty good hitting pitcher, by the way. So worth noting. All right. So Peckinpah, 2 home runs, 73 ribbies, and a 272 average. So really the only home run hitter, if you want to call him that, is Goose Goslin on this 1924 Washington squad. 1-2 pitch on the way to Peckinpah. Peckinpah looks at called. Strike 3 on the corner. Curveball there by Jared Washburn. He picks up K number 2. As Nathan said, learned so much in this community. Appreciate all the education, history, and the best American game called baseball. Absolutely, brother. All right, here's Walter Johnson. So, again, near the end of his career, 113 at-bats, Walter Johnson hit 283, including a home run, and 14 runs batted in. So, Johnson would like to kickstart the offense here a little bit. 2-1 pitch on the way from Washburn to the big train. Johnson swings, and look at this one. High fly ball to deep right field, and this one is gone. This one is gone. So the big train mowing them down and absolutely rocketing them out of the ballpark. 419-foot shot, and the Washington Senators grab an early lead here, 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Let's have a look at that one. Walter Johnson gets his money's worth. 112 miles an hour off the end of the bat and into the night of the nation's capital. Over the Longines clock. Touch 'em all, big train. All right, back at the top of the order now, and here's Sam Rice. So prior to Walter Johnson going yards, Sam Rice had the only hit for the Senators. Jared Washburn deals 2-2 pitch. Sam Rice looks at a strike on just on the outer third of the plate. So 3 strikeouts now for Jared Washington. 2 down for center fielder Nemo Leopold. Count full. Leopold swings, and this one single straight up the middle. 3rd hit for the Senators in this game. So the Senators wanting to continue to represent for the 1920s decade. So far, we have the 1922 Browns, the 27 Yankees, and the 29 Philadelphia A's all moving forward against teams much more recent than they. And This is set to default modern era, so there's no advantages for dead ball pitchers or anything like that. So thought the best way to level the playing field instead of trying to just arbitrarily pick a year for this. Bernie joining us. Bernie, I've been looking for you and I can't seem to find you, or we miss each other. I have been looking, my friend, so we will connect. So great to see Bernie, our good friend. Um, Welcome in, bud. So besides Fields of Dreams, what are you doing as far as, are you doing any of your own projects on your channel? I've been so behind on everything. I've been doing my best to keep up with Legends and Cash and Dwayne, but last week worked a bunch of 9.5 hour days plus the side business that I'm working on. Um, it's just been rough. Gosselin nothing for one. Here's the pitch. And oh, snap throw down there by Molina. How about that? And Nemo Leibold is picked off. Side retired, but the Washington Senators get a home run on that bomb by Walter Johnson. 1-0 Senators in 1924 as we go to the top of the fourth. And the number 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Angels. Eckstein, Fulmer, and Anderson. All right. 3-1. First time that Johnson's been that far behind. Swinging on that hitter's count, though. And nice. Nice. I like this. Sunday hop for Judge. So occasionally I will look at the play-by-play. And score that one 3 unassisted, 1 away. Walter Johnson sitting on 7 Ks right now. Brad Fulmer owns the only 2002 Angels hit in this game. The lefty in against the big train. The 1-1 count to Fulmer. Fulmer swings, hard hit ground ball down to third. Long throw across the diamond there by Ozzie Belugi. Score that one 5-3, 2 up, 2 down, and here is Garrett Anderson now. Full count on Anderson. And strike 3 in the outside corner. Walter Johnson, that's number 8 on the K belt. Side retired. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning, and 8 strikeouts for Walter Johnson, and the lone run in this game hit by Walter Johnson. So how about it? Bernie says, nice to hear your voice. Doing Red Sox replays 1948, 72, and 85. All new videos on your YouTube channel. So does it twice. So guys, do subscribe to Bernie Strom's channel. Huge Red Sox fan, great baseball guy, and also does a lot of stuff on the Steve Tate Big Clue Fields of Dreams League as well. Nathaniel says watching the 1991 World Series because he misses the announcers that told stories. How about it? Yep. So 1975. I was going to say 1985. So 1975. So the 76 Reds are in this tournament, and you'll be happy to know that they have advanced to round 2 in this one and done job. All right, Goose Goslin due up here, and Goslin 2-0 pitch. Here we go. Goslin swings, lazy fly ball out to medium center field, and coming in is Darren Erstad, and he will make the pick for out number 1. Erstad was playing Judge a little deeper, or Goslin. So Goslin really the only kind of power on this team, except for Walter Johnson. All right, Joe Judge steps in, little lefty first baseman. 1-1 the count. Judge swings. This one popped high in the infield, third base side, and waiting for that one to come down can of corn for Troy Glaus. So out number 2, and here's Ozzie Belugi. 1-2 on Belugi. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Looks like we have us a bona fide pitcher's duel going on, baseball fans. 1-0 Senators holding on to this lead. We go to the top of the 5th. And the Angels will send up Tim Salmon, Troy Glaus, and Darren Erstad. 3-0 pitch. So Johnson behind, and Johnson issues the walk. So here we go. The potential tying run on board now for the Anaheim Angels, and brings up Troy Glaus. Johnson checks Salmon in first. Decent speed. 2-0 pitch. And this one is going to be a wild pitch. Gets past Muddy Rule. And moving up to second base We wait for Muddy Rule to get back there. Is Tim Salmon. Glouse back in the box. The count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3. Oh my goodness. And that time Walter Johnson does come with the gas. Strikeout number 9. Now he's officially Rocky Marciano. All right, here is Darren Erstad. Nothing for 1. Erstad swings. Grounder to short. Oh, this one gets by third and short. And the tying run is going to come in to score. Throw hits the cutoff man. And Tim Salmon will score. And they are not happy here in D.C. as we are knotted at 1 in the top of the 5th. So, Water, you got to know that Rocky Marciano never got knocked out. So, please don't get knocked out. All right, here's Jose Molina now with Darren Erstad on at first. 2-1 pitch. Erstad off to the races. Throw down by Muddy Rule. And in time, they got him. They got him. How about it? So, bases empty. Molina back in the box. Full count. Swung on a missed, and that is number 10 for Walter Johnson. But the Angels get a run. We are knotted at 1 as we go to the home half of the 5th inning. Muddy Rule, Bucky Harris, Roger Peckinpah do up for the 1924 Washington Senators. Midlife Crisis joining us at the ballpark. He says, what the fuck? I'm in staycation but was getting ready for bed. Come on, man. I know, man. What can I say? I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to watch some more Sons of Anarchy. And then I'm watching Legends All-Star Game, and I'm like, what the hell? Even though I know it's Sunday night, and again, as the numbers show, there's only 4 of us in here. But that's okay. I am totally cool with it. Just to do some baseball. All right, so midlife, you know what? As Legends always says, these things keep well, man. Get yourself some sleep, brother. Get yourself some sleep. All right, Muddy Rule will lead things off, as we said. 1-2 pitch on the way. Oh, lots of strikeouts in this game. So cut fastball there by Jared Washburn. Record K number 5. So he is 50% of what Johnson's doing on the mound. But Washburn, of course, would need to hit a home run. Kind of impossible, though, I would guess. All right. Anyhow. Bucky Harris, nothing for 1, of course. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another strikeout. Look at this. Curveball that time. By Washburn. Strikeout number 6. I did not expect a pitcher's duel in this game. All right, Roger Peckinpah. 2-1. Can't really talk about what these hitters have done. Peckinpah's gonna... Oh, diving stop at third. A diving catch at third. That was just a great play there. So that's it. End of the 5th. We're going to look at that one again. Beautiful play. We got to give the defense some love. Look at this one. Bam! Right before it hits the pebble in the infield. All right. So, a little bit of flash in the glove there by Troy Glaus. All right, here's Jared Washburn. Walter Johnson ready to deal. Count 2-2. Washburn should strike out here, and indeed he does. And there we go. Change up that time by Walter Johnson. 11 strikeouts for the big train as the ball goes around the horn and gets back to Johnson. Back at the top of the order now for Adam Kennedy. So Washington with 3 hits, Anaheim with 2. No errors in the game, but we're knotted at 1. What else is there to say? 2-2 count. Adam Kennedy chases inside. Strike 3. And yeah, Walter Johnson does it again. So everybody, now you got, I should have had everybody drinking a shot of Tullamore Dew for those of you that don't have to work tomorrow for every strikeout. And right now, I guess we would all be in an alcohol coma. All right, here's David Eckstein. He is 0 for 2. Swings in the first pitch. Hard hit ground ball. Muffed at first. Muffed at first by Joe Judge. And it is no longer a clean game. Score that one, E3. And the somewhat speedy David Eckstein is on at first. 2 down now for Brad Fulmer. Brad Fulmer owning one of the 2 hits off Walter Johnson. 2-1 is the count. And Fulmer is going to hit a line drive. This one, no one's going to get to this one all the way to the corner. And do the Angels take the lead in this game? Yes, they will. So Eckstein will come in to score 2-1 Anaheim. Oh my goodness. All right, have a look at that hit. That one, a little rocket job, 105 miles an hour. So double by Brad Fulmer, who at least is seeing the big train pretty well. And that one on a changeup. All right, the Boo Birds out here in full force at Griffith Stadium. And here's Garrett Anderson now, 2-1, Angels lead. Brad Fulmer in scoring position, 0-2, the count. And high fly ball out toward right center field, and taking charge is Nemo Leopold, and gloves it for the out. But the Angels go ahead on a run, one hit, one error, and a runner left in scoring position. The 2002 Angels lead the 1924 Senators 2-1. And we have a pinch hitter, and Walter Johnson exits the game with 12 Ks. So Tommy Taylor will come on to pitch. Or actually, we have a pinch hitter, I'm sorry. So we'll see who Washington will send out. But Tommy Taylor, 73 at-bats in 1924, 10 ribbies and a 260 average. Jared Washburn sitting on 6 Ks. And the pitch to Taylor, cuts in the first pitch, roller out to second. Fielded cleanly there by Adam Kennedy. Textbook 4-3 putout, one away. So Midlife Crisis said, he says, just working on his Field of Dreams team for season 11. I can't believe you guys are in season 11. That's just incredible. To retain that many owners in a league is pretty much unheard of. Season 11. Just nuts, man. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. All right. Sam Rice, we're back at the top of the order for Washington. 1 for 2 in the game. Tight ball game here. Anaheim holding a one-run edge right now. 1-1 pitch on the way to the Hall of Famer Sam Rice. And Rice will soft liner right to short. And Eckstein there to make the play. So 1 away now for Nemo Leopold. Or I'm sorry, 2 down for Nemo Leopold. He is 1 for 1. Count even. 2-2 singled his last time up. And this time, he is just going to dribble this down to first base. And taking that as Brad Fulmer to the bag himself. Senators go in order. And we're moving along quickly here. 33 minutes in, and we're in the top of the 7th inning. Curly Ogden will come on. So they pull Walter Johnson, who had 12 strikeouts and a home run. All right, so Curly, 9 wins, 5 losses in 1924, struck out 23, walked 51, a 2.75 earned run average for him. Pretty much ranking average across the board. He will face Tim Salmon, Troy Glaus, and Darren Erstad. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes for Curly Ogden to deliver to Tim Salmon. Strike on the outer third of the plate. So Muddy Rule looked like he might have pulled that pitch in a little bit, but nonetheless, legit strikeout. 1 away now, Troy Glaus. Nothing for 2. 0-1 pitch on the way. Glaus swings. Oh, this one's straight up the chute, baby. And down into... No! Oh, Muddy Rule drops the ball. Oh, my goodness. So score that one E2, and that gives Troy Glaus another chance. You don't want to trifle with this bat that hit 30 home runs in 2002. Count 0-2 on Glaus. Struck out his last time up. And this time, fly ball center field. And waiting for it to come down is Nemo Leopold. So 2 away. And here comes Darren Erstad. RBI in this game, 1 for 2 overall. Carlos Yaz joining us, man. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. And John DFW also joining in. Welcome in on a Sunday night, Monday morning, depending upon your perspective. Midlife Crisis says trying to take down Steve or Clue is like spending hours to beat a boss in the highest difficulty. After every death, you wonder if it's worth it, but you can't put the controller down. How about it? Yeah, those guys too. It's like playing Dark Souls or Elden Ring. Yeah. So, but you got to do it. So MV used to be the guy everybody wanted to go after in that league. Now it seems like it's Steve Tate and Big Clue. All right, Erstad in the box, and here is the pitch. Erstad swings, room service bounced first, and taking that one to the bag himself is Joe Judge. No runs, no hits, no errors, one error, and nobody left on. Seventh inning stretch time here at Griffith Stadium. It's the Angels 2 and the Senators 1. So, lots of fun here today. We're going to be going quickly on this broadcast. John DFW, so never forget the infamous Russ Ortiz game in the 2002 World Series, says the Giants should have won that series. People feel like that, but the Anaheim guys hold it off. But yeah, that was an interesting World Series, to say the least. Goose Goslin, Joe Judge, and Ozzie Blugie due up here. Jared Washburn doing pretty good job right now, holding Washington to just 1 run and 3 hits, and he's fan 6. Walter Johnson, who, again, because this is set to default modern era in this tournament, I would have left Walter in. You don't take a guy out who has 12 strikeouts and hit a home run, but again, when you're doing something like this and it's cross-era play, sure, you could take time and try to find a year that works right, but the best way I felt is level the playing field is default modern era. So we haven't played any dead ball teams yet in here. There are 4 or 5 of them. So you're not going to see dead ball pitchers going very far into the ninth unless it's a complete blowout. And I think that's fair. All right, count full now. And Goslin smacks this one out to right field. It's a gapper going all the way to the wall. Goslin for 2. Goslin going for 3. Throw hits the cutoff man. And it is a triple, mama. All right. So a chance here for Washington to tie it up here as Joe Judge strides to the plate, settles in left-hand side of the box. Nothing for 2. Goslin edging down the line a little bit at third. Full count. And low and inside. And Joe Judge will take a walk to first. So runners at the corners. And Troy Percival is coming in. So Anaheim not playing around. Troy Percival, 4 wins, 1 loss. 68 strikeouts, 25 walks, 1.92 under an average. One thing I forgot to mention today when we were talking about a little bit about Ken Williams, so we had the 1922 St. Louis Browns today. It was mainly centered on the great George Sisler. I don't know how many of you know this. Ken Williams, the first man to hit 30 home runs and steal 30 bases in baseball. First man to do it. So just thought I would pass that one along. Ken Williams, a Hall of, not quite Hall of Fame, but Hall of extremely good. Had he had a bit of a longer career and not lost a couple seasons to World War I, who knows how that might have turned out. All right, Molina now putting down some signs here for Troy Percival. 2-2 pitch on the way to Ozzie Blugie. Big swing and a miss, so big strikeout there by Troy Percival. 1 away now for Muddy Rule, who's nothing for 2, looking to redeem himself from his gaffe. 1-2 pitch to Rule, and that should be deep enough. Fly ball right field, and tagging at third and holding. So they're not going to try to have Goose Goslin come in. So now Bucky Harris needs himself a safe hit. Salmon I guess not deep enough in that ball. I would have sent Goslin. Take the chance, but 2 down now. And Bucky Harris has got to get one past all these Angels in the infield and the outfield. Danny Glover nowhere to be seen, of course. 2-2 is the count, and the Washingtons waste a triple, baby. All right, we go to the top of the eighth. Anaheim leads this one 2-1. Good ball game here, though. I expected this one to be a blowout, to be honest. Jose Molina, Troy Percival, and Adam Kennedy. We'll see if Percival will actually bat. Um, at this point in this game, I don't know how the rest of you feel, Familia, but I would keep Troy Percival in this game. We'll see what happens. Curly Ogden stays on in relief. 3-1 the count. Molina sends us out to deep center field on his horse, racing back. Oh, Nemo Leibold making a great running grab. That ball went a far piece, they might say. All right, Alex Ochoa in there. So Troy Percival is done. Shows what the hell I know. So Ochoa was 65 at bats, 2 home runs, 10 ribbies, a 277 average in 2002. And here we go. 1-1 pitch on the way to Ochoa. Swung on and wrapped a short. And should be a quick 6-3 play. Actually, close play at first, but Peckinpah having to handle a bit of a rough throw there, Joe Judge having to handle a rough throw from Roger Peckinpah. 2 down now, back at the top of the order. Adam Kennedy, nothing in 3 attempts now. AP Christos Aneste, it is Bright Monday. Bright Monday, and it is feasting all week for the Orthodox, so kind of cool. You go through Great and Holy Lent, and then when Bright Week comes, you are supposed to feast and not fast to celebrate Christ's victory over death. All right. Adam Kennedy, as we said, nothing for 3, 2 down. And here is the pitch. Kennedy swings and line to short, and Roger Peckinpah reaches out and grabs the BB. All right, bottom of the 8th inning we go. And we're going to see Ben Weber now on the bump for the Angels. And he'll face Peckinpah, a pinch hitter for Curly Ogden. And then back at the top of the order, Sam Rice. And the man of 1,000 voices, Aaron Reed, joining us here. Crowd building up as we're winding down. 42 minutes in. This will be one of our short broadcasts. Ben Weber, 7-2 in 2002. 43 strikeouts, 22 walks. So we have 7 people in here. I'll remind you, please go and check out. So just before I came on, hanging out, Legend Sports Universe and watching the All-Star Game for Season 4. And it's a fun one. No spoilers, but I am certainly proud of one of my, who I think is the greatest left-handed pitcher of all time, and one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Lefty Grove was a beast, and just good game. So guys, check it out. If you like long ball, you're definitely going to enjoy the game. Not a high-scoring game, but it's a good one. Thanks for that, John. When I say thanks for that, when you guys do that, I want you to know I appreciate it. I have a thing that I don't actually say that word, but I thank you for that. That it does really help. And just you guys hanging out, because started out to be a rough Easter. Came on here to do some baseball. You guys came, hang out with me, and created some good mojo. Female particle called. We got some things worked out, so worked out to be a pretty good Easter. But the best part about it, hanging out with you guys, and of course, celebrating the most important event in history, if you are a believer, if you're a Christian. And if you're not, you're still cool. I still love you, because you believe in the Church of Baseball, don't you? All of you. All right. All right, Roger Peckinpah leading things off, nothing for 2. Ben Weber ready to deal. Here's the 0-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Oh, big cut and a miss by Roger Peckinpah. Fastball there by Ben Weber. And here's Earl McNeely. So Curly Ogden's relief stint is done. Pretty good player here. 179 at bats for Earl McNeely in 1924. 15 ribbies. He hit at a 330 clip. So not bad at all. Weber deals. Count 2 balls, no strikes. And McNeely wraps this one. Oh, look at that one, huh? Little seeing eye single there that gets through on the right-hand side. And these Washingtonians have nothing much to cheer about since the third inning. So McNeely has pretty good speed. Let's have a quick look at McNeely just in terms of career length. Not very long. Played from 1924 to 1931. All right, back to game action. And we're back at the top of the order. Sam Rice, another Hall of Famer that we um, will some night we'll highlight Sam Rice. Maybe not in this tournament, as I don't know that Washington is going to move ahead here. Those runs posted in the fifth and sixth by Anaheim locked it down. But what a ball game! At this point, though, I'm even should the Angels win, I'm giving, no matter what the game says, I'm giving player of the game to Walter Johnson. That was just an incredible performance. 2-2 pitch on the way now to Sam Rice. Strike three. Go sit down, batter. That time a little slider from Ben Weber, so he's picked up his second K. And here's center fielder Nemo Leibold, 1-for-2. Count even, 2-2. Leibold cranks this one to right field, but it's too high and not deep enough. And Tim Salmon will wait for about 3 minutes for it to come down, and he makes the catch. Go to the top of the ninth inning, and the 2-3-4 slots due up for Anaheim. Eckstein, Fulmer, and Anderson. And hey, here you go. Slim McGrew. What a name. Slim McGrew, no wins, one loss. A 5.0 earned run average. So not a very deep bullpen for these 1924 Washington Senators. Let's have a quick gander at this guy here. So just 3 years in the majors, 22 through 24. And what do you do as a pitcher? Let's see. So there you go, guys. In 1924, he had one loss. So never won a ball game. So Slim McGrew, this one's for you, buddy. There we go. Because you know what? The man was good enough to make it to the majors. All right, he'll face Eckstein, Fulmer, and Aaron Anderson. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It will be the heart of the order for the 1924 Washington Senators, Goose Goslin, Joe Judge, and Ozzie Blugie. I don't know why my phone keeps resetting, man. I just updated it. Now it's having a cow. 1-2 pitch on the way. Slim McGrew, bring it home, brother. And this one cranked out to right field. Easy play there. Sam Rice goes back on his horse. One away now for Brad Fulmer. Fulmer had a good day, good game here. 2 for 3 with a run batted in. 1-1 pitch on the way. His double put Anaheim in front. This one grounded to second base. And Bucky Harris will fire on to Joe Judge at first for the 4-3 putout. 2 Angels up, 2 Angels down now for Garrett Anderson. Nothing in 3 attempts. 2-1 pitch for Anderson. And that will be 0 for 4 for Anderson, as Ozzie Blugie fields that one and fires onto first to retire the side. All right. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. Can the Senators hold up and represent for the 1920s, as 3 1920s teams have advanced? Goose Goslin, Joe Judge, and Ozzie Blugie need to solve Brendan Donnelly. Donnelly, 1 win, 1 loss in 2002, 54 strikeouts, 19 walks, a 2.17 earned run average. Good stuff, good movement, and good control. Donnelly wearing his Pirates livery. Goslin, the big hitter on this team, managed just a 1 for 3 today thus far. 1-1 pitches. We got some heavy metal here in 1924. Goslin sends this one straight up the chimney. And waiting, and down into the glove of Jose Molina. 1 down. Joe Judge, nothing for 2. And here is the pitch. Judge, first pitch swinging. Slow ground ball. Hot corner side. Troy Glaus up with it. And the Washington Senators of 1924 down to their last out. And it's Ozzie Blugie, nothing for 3. And Brendan Donnelly deals the 1-2 pitch. On the way. Blugie swings. That's your ball game. Hit to short. On to first. And the 2002 Anaheim Angels will advance. All right. So the first 1920s team falls. The 2002 Angels, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. For the 1924 Senators, 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors. So let me see. Let's have a quick look at things here. Jared Washburn gets the win. Walter Johnson tagged with the loss. 12 strikeouts and still gets the loss. Player of the game, Jared Washburn. Sorry. Walter Johnson gets player of the game in a losing cause. And that's it. Let's look at our matchups, see what's left here in round one. The 2015 Royals and the 1902 Pirates have yet to play. Let me see. We got the Rockies. Oh my God, the 2008 Rockies against the 1917 White Sox still to go. The 2005 or 2006 Rays, can't remember right now, against the 1912 Bernie's Boston Red Sox in 1912. We got the 2011 Texas Rangers against the 1905 New York Giants still to play. Padres Tigers. Now it's the 1935 Tigers, but I can't remember the Padres. Which Padres squad is this? Let me just mouse over. And is it gonna tell me? Come on, be nice. It's not gonna tell me. Whatever. Anyhow, who's moved forward? The 1976 Reds, the 1929 A's, the 1927 Yankees, the 1948 Indians, 1993 Blue Jays, 86 Mets, 98 Astros, 22 Browns, 2002 Angels, and 82 Brewers. And that's it. That's it, Fort Pitt, as they say here in the, around Pittsburgh, they say it. All right. Thank you, Nathaniel. Good night to everybody. Yeah, slim career, right? All right, guys. We will catch you around the batting cage. Quick thank you to Nathaniel John DFW, Aaron Reed, AP, Midlife Crisis on Staycation, Carlos Yaz. Guys, Chris Slovak was in here earlier, has a couple interviews. So, guys, let's keep our fingers crossed for him. Send Good Mojo across the way, has an interview in Cambodia, one in Vietnam. Legend Sports Universe, who did himself a great job tonight, as usual. Check out that All Star game. JT Dutch joining us from the left coast. And Nathaniel, first one in the ballpark tonight. So, guys, want to thank you. Bernie Strom, can't forget my buddy Bernie. Till the next time, we'll see you around the batting cage. And thanks for all the support you're giving this Boston.com tournament. All right. This is Beatles Eternally saying, see you later. Good night.